So we'll start the new part of our combinational logic circuit, the decoder. So decoder is again a very important part of the GATE syllabus. So decoder is nothing else. It's a combinational circuit which have many input and many output. Okay. So decoder is again a combinational circuit. A combinational is a combinational logic circuit which have many input, and many output. Okay, till now we have seen actually multiplexer and demultiplexer. Either it has one input or many output. Okay, and else it has many input and one output. But it's a combinational logic. Decoder is a combinational logic circuit which have many input and many output. How it would be, we are going to see now. So mainly these decoders are going to be used to convert binary data. Okay, what they will do, use it to convert binary data to other code. Okay, other code. So what is the meaning of it? So binary to other. Okay, whatever maybe. So there will be different things are there. How what they will convert actually? Binary to octal. Okay, so which is nothing else, 3x8 decoder. Okay, 3x8 decoder. We'll see all these things, don't worry. Next, BCD to decimal. BCD to decimal. So BCD is also, students, a special type of binary coding. Am I correct, students? It's binary coded decimal. So this is also a binary coding only. So it's actually 4x10 decoder. Okay. So next, we'll see actually about binary to hexadecimal. It may also convert binary to hexadecimal. Okay, and it also convert BCD to 7-segment display. Seven segment. So all the things are there, don't worry. Maybe you have already studied about the binary to hexadecimal by BCD to 7-segment in digital electronics of your second year. Okay, so we'll start the thing. Mainly here 2 to 4 decoder. You can say 2x4 or 2 to 4 decoder. Okay, anything you can say. 2 to 4 decoder is minimum possible decoder. Am I correct, friend? Minimum possible decoder. Why? Because it has many input and many output. Okay, it has many input and many output. So always decoders are like this: n to the power n. Okay, n to 2 to the power n decoder. So if it is 2 square, it is 4. 2 is to 4 or 2x4 decoder. If it is n is 3, 2 to the power n is 2 to the power 3, which is 8. So 3x8 decoder like this. N is 4, 4x16 decoder. Okay, like this will be my decoder. So minimum possible decoder is your 2 to 4 decoder. Why? As we know that decoders are having many input and many output. Okay, we'll be having many input means what is the minimum possible combination of input? 2 only. So it's having many input and many output means it's having 2 to 4 decoder only. And decoder follows this criteria: n into 2 to the power n decoder, or you can say n to 2 to the power n decoder. Okay, anything you can write. Okay, do you all understand now? So we'll see very basic decoder. Minimum possible decoder is 2x4 decoder. So we can also say this is actually the binary. This is actually a min-term generator. Also, decoder is also called a min-term generator. We'll see that what is how it is generating the min-term generator. Okay, is also called the min-term generator. Okay, so we know that if it is a 2 variable, so 2 variables means how many combinations possible? 2 square 4 number of combinations possible. What are those combinations? If A, B are the 2 variables, I could be having either the combinations will be A bar, B bar, A bar, B, A, B bar, and A, B. So these are the 4 different combinations. So what we are discussing here. Okay, so those 4 combinations are called nothing else my min terms. This is my min 0, M1, M2, M3. So decoder will generate this type of min terms. How? Depending upon the certain criteria. I'll tell you now. Okay, so 2x4 decoder, we can design it different ways actually. So I'll design it first with active high enable. What is active high enable? What is active high and active low? First of all, students, active high enable means what? Active high enable signal. I'm going to design a 2x4 decoder with active high enable. Okay, so we'll see here how is actually what is active high. What is active high? Active high means if I'll give a high input, then only that it starts functioning the work. Okay, the work gets start functioning means the minterm generation starts working. Okay, so this is the way you can about to understand. So what you need to do here basically students, so mainly here 2 cross 4 decoder means it will be going to have 2 input and 4 outputs. So obviously, as I told you, any type of combination logic circuit you are going to design, you should have know how many number of inputs and output first. That is your first step. So obviously it's a 2 cross 4 decoder means obviously we need a 2 inputs. Okay, the 2 inputs are, let's say, my A and B. Always A is my MSB, please remember. And this is my 2 cross 4 decoder. As I told, I am going to take actually 2 cross 4 decoder with active high enable. This is also a special type of input, is called active high enable. Okay, and these are my 4 outputs. These are my 4 outputs. Okay, so the 4 outputs are y0, y1, y2 and y3. Okay, so here what it will do mainly, just see here, it is going to be selected these minterms whatever going to generate with this particular 2 inputs, the minterms. Okay, the minterms will be get generated either to this y0 or to y1 or y2 or y3. Okay, these minterms will go over here. Okay, so see here how is it. So what is active high? Active high enable means obviously here mine enable signal is active high. Okay, enable signal is active high means if I'll give 1, then only my decoder starts functioning. Okay, starts generating. It will take certain code of it and it will generate that particular minterm in this y0, y1, y2 and y3. Any doubt on this, students? Very simple. Okay, so see here what I'm going to do here mainly. So what is my truth table here? Truth table is, as I told, it's a active high enable. If I put 1 only, this decoder starts generating the minterms depending upon the particular input codes it has been taken. Okay. So here if it is active high enable, if my enable signal is 0, then what will happen? Then what will happen? Whatever my A and B will be, don't care, 0 or 1, 1 or 0, whatever maybe, it will not bother about it. It will not going to generate the minterm. Okay, do you all understand, students? Very simple. So it will not generate any of the minterm, so I will not getting any output over there. So all the outputs are 0, 0, 0, 0. Any doubt on this, students? Very simple. So what I will do here, since it's a active high enable, if my enable signal is low, I'll put my input over there, whatever the code I am going to give here A, B, it will not generate any of the output over there. Okay, that's why all these outputs are 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, next. Now, since it's active high enable, if I put 1, then this decoder start functioning and it will take the particular input codes. Let's say the input code is AB00. It will generate the output now. What it will generate the output? It will generate the output Y0. Okay, do you all understand? Similarly, if enable 1, it will take 0, 1 and it will generate the minterm Y1. Okay, like this. Next, enable 1, since it's active high, 1, 0, it will generate the output will be get generated at y2. Okay, next 1, 1, output will be generated at output y3. Okay, this is the particular truth table, students. Now do you all understand? Very simple how the output get generated. The output get generated depending upon the particular code. These are the codes which are nothing else minterms. These minterms will go now where? Y0. This minterm will go now where? At y1. This minterm 1, 0 will go now where? Y2. This minterm will go now where? At y3. Okay, this is the particular thing, nothing else. Okay, now tell me what is my logical expression. So this is my truth table. We have constructed the truth table. Next part is we have to find out the logical expression. So what is my logical expression, students? The logical expression is y0, which is nothing else my E, A bar, B bar. Am I correct? Y1 is nothing else my, at that I'm getting Y1 when at that time E is 1. That's why E, A bar, B. Similarly Y2, which is E, A, B bar. Similarly Y3, E, A, B. Am I correct? So these are my logical expressions for my decoder. Okay. So next, what you have to do? Can you able to implement it? Yes, I can able to implement it. It would be having 3 inputs. What are those inputs? Like E. So the inputs are mainly E. So after this, the inputs are E. Next, A is of having A bar also in my equations. B is also having B bar also in my equation. So A bar, B bar. Okay. So what is Y0? E, A bar, B bar. So E, A bar, B bar. So this is my AND gate. So this will give me my Y0. Okay. So this is my E. Next E, A bar, B. So this gives me Y1. Okay. Similarly, the same way you can take all these Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3. So this is my E. Next A, B bar. B bar, it gives me Y2. Next E, A and B, which gives me Y3. Okay, do you all understand? This is my decoder circuit. Okay, so what is the similarity you are observing? Anything you are observing over here, students? So decoder and DMOS, what is happening? The internal circuit remains same. Okay, so do you all see here in DMOS also will be having 4 AND gates? Am I correct, students? For if you see 1:4 DMOS, if you are seeing how many AND gates we require there, we also require there actually 4 AND gates. So here also we are requiring how many AND gates? The internal circuit. So the internal circuit is this one. Am I correct? Here E is actually in DMOS. If you correlate this with the DMOS, what will happen? E is nothing else my input. A, B are select lines. So if you correlate the DMOS with the decoder, so very important, some gate questions like this, some correlation things will come up. Okay. Here the outputs, the DMOS output will be this one. Am I correct? And here A, B of the decoder will be the select lines of the DMOS. Am I correct? And E is nothing else my E will be here in the decoder will be similar to the I of the DMOS. Am I correct? So this is the correlation. With this, some of the questions will also come up with students. You should be get ready for that. So what do you understand from this? We have understand that decoder and DMOS, okay, internal circuit remains same. Internal circuit remains always same. Okay, so the very important point, students, okay, which can be a takeaway point between the decoder and DMOS. Okay, so now we'll go to the next part, some application part of the decoder, where we are going to use the decoder. Okay, how it will be useful in our digital circuit design. Okay, so let's say we'll see now some implementation of some combinational logic circuit. Let's say I'm going to start with implementation of basic combinational arithmetic circuits. What are those? Half adder and half subtractor. Okay, so implementation of half adder, okay, we are going to see using 2x4 decoder. Now tell me how we can do that, how to implement that. So all of you know that what is my half adder, students? Very simple. What is half adder? Well, the half adder gives me, it adds 2 binary bits. Okay, what it will be going to add, students? It will be going to add 2 binary bits, let's say A, B, and it will provide as output which are nothing else my sum and carry. Any doubt on this? It will provide us my output sum and carry. So my sum will be obviously A XOR B. We have already seen many things about A XOR B, how the sum will be calculated, how from the truth table we are going to see. All these things we have already seen many times. So I'm not discussing all these things again and again. So my sum can also be expressed in this way, A bar B or A B bar. Okay, do you all understand here? So now check here what actually I'm going to tell. So if you see the sum, how it looks like, it is also a type of minterm or not? This is also a type of minterm or one. So what is minterm? If it is complemented, it's 0. If it is uncomplemented, it's 1. So this is M1, minterm M1. So what is this actually? This is 1, 0. This is nothing else my M2. So we can see sum is nothing else my summation of M1, 2. Am I correct? So and here the function is having only 2 variables A, B, where it is taking 2 variables, and the sum will be expressed in the form of minterms, which is summation of M and summation 1 and 2. Okay. Similarly, what is my carry? My carry is nothing else. My carry is nothing else AB. So AB is also looking like a minterm. Am I correct, students? So what is AB? This is 1, 1. So this is nothing else, summation of M 3. So this is my carry. Am I correct? Now tell me, how can I generate the minterms? Obviously by using decoder. So we required how many like minterms here? Maximum M3. To design a half adder, I need maximum M3 decoder, not more than that. Am I correct? So now see here, if it is M3 decoder, so how many decoders I need? What is the possible decoder combination I will take? 2 cross 4 decoder. As we know that 2 cross 4 decoder will generate M0, M1, M2, M3. Now the question is, how are they are generating M0, M1, M2, M3? We have seen already, students. What are those? Like you see here, if it is a 2 cross 4 decoder, so here it is a B 2 cross 4 decoder. Okay. So this is my select line E. Let's say it's active high. It will be in order to activate the decoder, just nothing else. Now my outputs will be a 1, 2, 3, and 4, which are nothing else my Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3. So this is nothing else my A bar, B bar. Am I correct, students? This is nothing else my A bar, B. This is nothing else my A, B bar. This is nothing else my A, B. Now check here what I can do here. This is nothing else my M0 min term. This is nothing else my M1 min term. This is nothing else my M2 min term. This is nothing else my M3 min term. Now you see here, what are the min terms are there to find out the sum? Okay, the sum to find out is the M1 or M2. I need a OR gate which is between the two min terms OR gate. So which is nothing else my, I'll take M1 like this, and I'll take M2 like this, and I'll do OR operation between these two, which gives me some, student, very simple, which is nothing else my A bar B or A B bar. Do you all understand, or any doubt, students? Tell me. Now tell me how to find out the carry. So this is my AB. So this is nothing else my carry, which is AB. Very simple. So this is the circuit which generates a half adder. This is the circuit of a half adder using one 2 cross 4 decoder and one OR gate. It required one OR gate. So half adder. So in some gate exams, what they will do, they will give many options like this. A half adder can be designed in different combinations. They will give. They may give also this type of one of the combination. It require how many decoders? It require one 2 cross 4 decoder and one OR gate. Okay. Half adder require one 2 cross 4 decoder and one OR gate. And same we required for the half subtractor also. Tell me how to design a half subtractor. Very simple. So half subtractor also require one 2 cross 4 decoder and only one yes, one 2 cross 4 decoder and also one OR gate. Now the question is how. So we know that what is the outputs of the half subtractor? Obviously a difference, which is nothing else A XOR B. We can say that this is also A bar B or A B bar. So this is a B bar, which is nothing else summation of M1 comma 2. Am I correct, students? Next borrow is nothing else my A bar B. Okay, borrow is nothing else my A bar B. So you see here A bar B means my summation of M is 1. Okay, so how to design this now? I am going to design it with the help of 2 cross 4 decoder. As we know that, so maximum min term required is what? 2 here. So 2 can be obtained by what? How many min terms required for this? 2 variables required to get the 2. So what are those? H is M0, M1, M2, M3. But out of this, we just need M1, M2 to design the half subtractor. Okay, so see here what I am doing. So it is having my 2 cross 4 decoder. Okay, in 2 cross 4 decoder, what active high. So this is active high enable. Okay, and these are my two inputs AB, as I have recently told that in order to get M2, because we need maximum M2. So in order to get M2, we need two variables, two inputs actually. So those are two inputs and four outputs, which are actually four output. So these are actually nothing else my M0, M1, M2, M3. Am I correct, students? These are only my min terms. So now how to design this? So this is obviously my A bar, B bar. This is obviously my A bar, B. This is my A, B bar, and this is my AB. So how to get this? So this is my difference. So just OR operation, this gives my difference. And how to get borrow? A bar, B. So I can take borrow like this. So this is my borrow. So this is the circuit. It requires one 2 cross 4 decoder and one OR gate to design a half subtractor. Any doubt on this, students? Very important. Okay. If there is no doubt, we'll go for the next one. So I have told you mainly what decoder will do. Decoder, main application of the decoder is it is actually min term generator. Okay, min term generator. as it's generate min terms, we can design any type of digital circuit. Am I correct, students? Yes, obviously yes, because we can able to design a SOP. One of the SOP I can able to design. If I get SOPs which are nothing else combination of the min terms, so obviously I can design any type of digital circuit using that decoder. Okay, okay. So now we are going to see another thing here, binary to octal decoder. How is it, students? Binary to octal decoder. So here binary to octal decoder is nothing else a 3x8 decoder. Okay, as we know that in octal, how many combination of minterms can be possible? 2 to the power 3, 8 number of combinations. So what are those? A bar, B bar, C, A bar, B, C, like this, all the things, finally A, B, C. So similarly, for getting these 8 minterms or octal numbers, starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all these we need how many number of inputs? 3 inputs we need it. Okay, so that's why binary to octal decoder is also called the 3x8 decoder. Okay, so now the question is what will be the inputs here? The inputs are 3 inputs obviously, and I have told here this is active high. I have not yet discussed about active low, student, don't worry, I will tell it. So this is my active high and it takes 3 inputs, which is actually binary inputs, 3 binary inputs A, B, C. Don't be get confused, this is my MSB bit of the input, and here I will be expecting 8 outputs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 outputs. So these are all nothing else my min terms, M0, M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, M6, finally M7. Okay, which are nothing else my Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5, Y6, Y7. So what is my outputs here? The outputs are nothing else by 1 min terms. So this is nothing else my A bar, B bar, C bar. This is nothing else my A bar, B, C, sorry, A bar, B bar, C. This is nothing else my A bar, B, C bar. This is nothing else my A bar, B, C. This is nothing else my A, B, C, A, B bar, C bar. This is nothing else my A, B bar, C. This is nothing else my A, B, C bar. This is finally A, B. So these are the min terms. This 3x8 decoder generates this particular min term. So see here, these are nothing else my binary numbers. So how is it octal? I am giving a 0, 0, 0. Obviously, what I will get over here? This I will get A bar, B bar, C bar. So what is that? 0, 0, 0. I'll be getting here 0 octal. Okay. Similarly, if I'll get 0, 0, 1, I'll get here 0, 0, 1, which gives me the octal 1. Am I correct? Like this way, it generates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All octal numbers it will generate. Okay. So that's why 3x8 decoder is also called binary to octal decoder. Please try to remember. Okay. In some of the exams, they will not write 3x8 decoder. They will tell it's a binary to octal decoder. If it is a binary to octal decoder, you should understand it's nothing else. My 3x8 decoder has been given. Okay. Now we'll see how to implement a full ladder using 3x8 decoder. Very simple. So now the question is here, implement a full adder using 3x8 decoder. Am I correct? Using 3x8 decoder. Tell me now, for the 3x8 for a full adder, what I can expect is what the full adder will do? It adds 3 binary bits. Am I correct? So what are the binary bits? It will be going to add 3 binary bits. Means obviously it will be A, B, C. So obviously I require 3 inputs. Okay, what 3 inputs I require, and it gives me sum and a carry. Okay, sum will be my nothing else. My sum will be A XOR B XOR C. If you can draw the truth table, you can easily find out what are the min terms. What are the min terms here for the sum? 1, 2, 4, 7. These are the min terms. Okay, so if it is 1, 2, 4, 7, obviously it will be like A bar, B bar, C, or A bar, B, C bar, or A, B bar, C bar, A, B, C. Am I correct? And finally, what is my carry here? My carry is summation of, again, it's a min terms. So min terms are 3, 5, 6, 7. I'm not doing this truth table and all. You should know about it, how the truth table will come. You know that it requires 3 inputs A, B, C and sum and carry. Okay, 0, 0, 0, it will sum with 0, carry 0. Like this, you just find out that truth table. You can from this truth table, you can find out these min term combinations, sum for the sum and carry. Okay. After that, what you need to do here? You need to After that, what you need to do? Obviously, you need to find out the sum and carry part over there using 3x8 decoder. Okay. So for here, what you need to do? You just need here my 3x8 decoder require, because we need here M7 up to M7, highest is M7. So for that, a 3 variable input is required. So for 3 inputs are required, 1, 2 and 3. So this is my A, B, C. So this is obviously MSB, and these are my min terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So what are those min terms? M0, M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, M6, finally M7. And this is my active high enable. I'll give 1 obviously to activate this 3x8 decoder, nothing else. So I'll be getting somewhat, for the sum I'll be getting 1, 2, 4, 7 min terms. So I'll take 1. Okay, I'll just take 1, 2, 4 and 7. These things I'll take, and I'll perform a OR operation between all these, because these are all SOP. Product terms get summed. So for this sum, I'll get SOP. So that's a OR operation. This gives me sum. Similarly, how to get carry? Carry means M3, M5, M6, M7. So what is M3? M3 is this one. M3, M5, M6 and M7. So again, I'll do OR operation. I'll get carry over here. Okay, very simple. By using this min terms, I can design this particular sum and carry. Okay, so this is my full ladder, students. Very simple, full ladder. Okay, any doubt on this? If there is no doubt, we'll proceed further. So see here, mainly some questions will come up also. Implementation of higher order decoder using lower order. Okay, higher order decoder using lower order decoder. So let's say I'll be going to implement a 4x16 decoder using 2x4 decoder. What I need to do here? How many decoders I need it actually, student? Very simple. What you need to do? You just need to take how many 2x4 decoders. Since you know that 2x4 decoder means 1x4 demux using 2 select lines. What is 2x4 decoder? Since 2x4 decoder means what actually, students? Means 1x4 demux using 2 select line. Am I correct? 2 select lines. Okay. So here you see over here what I can do actually. So obviously, how many mux is required here for using 1x4 demux? What you need to do here? 16 divided by 4, and finally 4 divided by 4, which require how many? 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1. So total 5 decoders required. 5 2x4 decoders required to design this 4x16 decoder using 2x4. Okay. Do you all understand, or any doubt, students, till now? Okay. So you can implement like this you can implement like this using any higher order decoders using lower order decoders. Okay. Do you all understand, or any doubt on this? So you can see here how I'm going to design a 4x16 decoder. Obviously 4x16 means what? It has 4 inputs and 16 outputs. Okay, the outputs are nothing else starting from y0, y1, y2, y3 and all up to y15, and inputs are nothing else my a, b, c, d, let's say. Okay, so see here what I can do over here to design this 4x16 decoder using 2x4 decoder. As we knew it actually, how many decoders here we need? 5 decoders. Okay, so let's say this is my one of the decoder, 2x4 decoder over here. So for this it would be having 2 inputs and 4 outputs. Okay, so these are the 4 outputs. How I will connect, I'll tell you, don't worry. So here 4 2 cross 4 decoders, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 2 cross 4 decoder. So this is my select line AB. So this is my MSB, and these are my CD. All are CD, 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 CD. Okay, and these are my outputs. Here outputs will be 4 outputs. Am I correct? So all 4 outputs. Okay, because these are all 2 cross 4 decoders. This is also 2 cross 4. This is also 2 cross 4. This is also 2 cross 4. This is also a 2 cross 4. Okay, so here you see what you need to do. You have to enable these decoders by using this particular decoder outputs. Okay, this will be my active I enable. So using this particular decoder outputs, you will enable this particular decoders. So if you need Y0, what you need to do? If you need Y0, so these are all Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5, Y6, Y7. These are all things Y15. Let's say I want to get Y0 output. Okay, so what I need to do? I have to enable this particular decoder. Before that, I have to enable this. Am I correct, friends? So for this, what I have to do? I'll connect this enable like this. Okay, so that what I will do, if I put E equal to 1 here, if I put here 0 0, then what will happen? This will be get activated, and depending upon the C and D input, if C and D is also 0 0, I will get Y0. So if A, B, C, D all 0 0 0 0, first it will enable this, so that I'll get output here, and this will be connected as a active high enable for it, and it will activate all these 4 outputs. So depending upon the C and D values, I'll get one of the output Y0, Y1, Y1, or Y2 or Y3 like this. Okay, similarly this will also act like an active signal, enable signal for this decoder, and this decoder enables this particular all 4 outputs, and similarly here this output will be connected as a enable signal for this, and this output will be connected as a enable signal like this. Okay, so like this we'll be having 4 inputs. What are those inputs? A, B, C, and D. And what are the outputs? Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5, Y6. Now take an example here. Let's say I will be having A, B, C, D, 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay, so what is 0, 1, 0, 0? 0, 1, M5. M5 means where I'll get output, students. At Y5 I should have expecting the output. Okay, so Y5 should be selected. Okay, so see here, what is AB? AB is 0 and 1. If it is 0 1, what actually will be get selected? This one will be get selected. If it is 0 1 AB, so obviously AB is 0 1, so obviously this will be get selected. If it is selected, this will be my enable will be high, and other places enable is 0. Okay, if enable is 0, all these decoders will be inactive now. Only this decoder will be active. So okay, if this decoder is active, now out of these 4 outputs, I'll be expecting one of the output depending upon the C and D value. What is C and D value? C is 0, D is 1. So C is 0, D is 1. So C is 0, D is 1 means which one? This output will be get selected. What is this output? Y5, and this is nothing else, my min term 5. Do you all understand? This is very important, and very this is nothing else, my 4x16 decoder using 2x4 decoders. Okay, I have designed a higher order, implement a higher order decoder using lower order decoders. Am I correct, students? So these are the particular things about the decoder. Okay, any doubt on this? So if there is no doubt, we'll stop for today this much only. Okay.